What's up?
What's up? Welcome everybody to Sandwich Talk Live. My name's Carlos. I'm your host. This is a show that I do from my apartment. Welcome, my kitchen. It's not much, but it is what it is. This is a show that I like to do with my friends where we hop on, we make sandwiches from our own kitchens, and we just kind of hang out while doing it. So today's a special one. Today is special they're all special, right? But today's special because this is the very first time that we're having somebody on a second time. Because for the first time that we did this show with this person, we weren't doing it live. This was just a thing that we recorded, and I decided to put something together. It was the very first time in COVID that we decided to do a form of this show. So now we're actually live, and I get to bring on one of my really good friends, a person who is extremely influential to me and my friends in terms of the craziest palate, the nuttiest different flavors and ways to incorporate different foods. You ever freeze dry watermelon? This guy has like a bunch of like weirdos. I don't know what you've done, man. Anyway, I want to introduce everybody to a good friend of mine, Chef John Yelinek. Welcome, dude.
What's going on? Fun to be on live.
What?
It's fun to be on live.
Yeah.
The first week of like lockdown and everything was cool, just being recorded. So
it was different.
Yeah.
It was definitely different. The theme and the weight of the world was so much heavier back then. I think it was
also lighter.
What?
But lighter in a lot of ways.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it like second week or maybe third week of COVID?
It was still March. So
still March. Damn. And we decided to do this thing, and it was sweet because it was like something that, I didn't know if Planet Ant or whoever was going to pick this up, but then Planet Ant decided, yeah, it's a good idea. Let's do this. And lo and behold, here we are with the show now. I think this is maybe like the 20th episode, maybe more than that.
Sounds about right.
Damn.
Been on like 23, 24 weeks of COVID. So
then, yeah. Holy shit. Well, welcome everybody to the show. If this is your first week, welcome. So what we do is my friend John and I, we're just going to hang out for a second. I want to ask you a couple of questions, of course, because like I see you all the time, but we don't necessarily get to talk about like what you've been making at home too much. So that's one thing that I'm pretty interested with. And also, I don't know what's been going on with work, man. You work at Roast and you also do Pariah. What's been going
on? So with Roast, like the actual restaurant that I work at, we've been talking on and off, like gearing up and getting a little bit of direction from the guys down in Cleveland who sort of oversee the other restaurants that the same kind of management team is involved in. But kind of with the way things have been really up in the air as far as pandemic, like, even though Michigan is doing better than a lot of states, it sort of feels like we've dodged a bullet a little bit by not being open already. It's such a hard call to make right now, especially, having so many employees of ours, longtime residents of the city and stuff like that, in a city that obviously has been hit harder than most by the pandemic. So we'll see. We're not really on anything as far as a concrete plan, but you'll see us open up soon, sooner rather than later at this point. So
cool.
It's going to be a wild one.
I mean, I'm probably like one of the only people, at least not necessarily within our friends group, but definitely like in the greater sector of the restaurant world, I'm fine with restaurants not being open right now. If everything can just be to go and curbside, I'm completely fine with that.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, the other thing of it too is like the best case for all of us, as restaurant industry people, is that the bare minimum we can do is provide a job and an income for our employees. And anything we can do on top of that in terms of, providing a service that people want to come out and receive, is just kind of like the cherry on top, I guess. But right now it's like, the main scramble is, okay, how do we give people their jobs while also not losing money on something where money is already so tight. And, we have obviously certain capacity restraints that we want to work around to be in compliance, but also be as safe as possible, right? So it's always a tightrope.
Yeah, totally. But I mean, like, you have always been one to explore a lot of different food at home, and then on top of that, you had Pariah, which is, in my opinion, probably one of the most complex pop-ups that we have in the city.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, as far as the pop-ups go, it's really fun. It's a lot of work, working a full restaurant job and then kind of running these pop-ups with Sean, my partner, on the side is like a lot to juggle. But we've been having the wheels spin a little bit in terms of just planning and coming up with something maybe we can do that's like a low-key carry out only, pick up, grab and go, something something to offer that is also safe and fun and delicious. So
yeah.
Well,
I mean, dude, like, your palate is nuts, and like, you're just like us, and you like the funky weirdo. Like, I think that's why we're friends, is because, like,
sure,
something that's super strange, we want it. We want to eat it.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
What have you been doing at home? Like, I know that, like, thank you so much for helping me out with, like, you helped me with get to
that.
And this tomato is from your garden, and so is this basil. Like,
yeah. So I mean, at home, I've really just been enjoying the free time of, I guess, like being able to do things that I don't normally get to do, like cook dinner outside 4 nights a week or more. So that's really fun. And really just, being peak sort of garden harvesting season is great. I can just like make fun stuff and throw a bunch of vegetables over a fire and use them through the week. And I've been making a lot of pizza. It's a great way to use up veggies, and it's a great way to burn wood. So
your scenario is insane.
Thanks. Yeah, it's
pizza oven.
Super fun. Yeah. So that's kind of what I've been doing that's out of the norm. And I'm, at home, I'm doing the same sort of just like weird fermentation stuff. Like, not that weird, I guess, if you are someone who likes to read and, look into fermentation things in general. But just making like misos and growing, different strains of koji on grains and things like that has just like gotten me through the pre-summer. And now that summer's here, it's really just like, all right, how can we use all the fresh stuff? And then once fall rolls around, I'll get to use all of this fun, like, things that have been sitting in a rack in my spare bedroom fermenting all summer. So
that's gonna be nuts. That's probably, is that a smelly room?
No, it's I keep the door closed all the time just to keep the heat in there. So like the air conditioning from the rest of the house doesn't like cool it off too much. So it's kind of like 80 in there all the time, which is perfect for miso and things like that. It's where we keep all of our plateware and stuff for like Pariah pop-ups and glasses. And it's a spare bedroom with a full-size bed and metro racks lining the perimeter of it. So perfect storage area to keep like misos that are in progress and other random stuff like that. So
you have to be a guest of a certain kind to be able to love to sleep in that room.
Yeah. I mean, it's not always 80 degrees. It's just, there's no reason to spend electricity like cooling down a room that we don't use for anything other than storage. But yeah, I mean, it's
sleeping in the smell of kimchi.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a kimchi smell though. It smells like it smells more like that grainy like distillery smell more than anything, because you kind of have like the Maillard like browning of what happens like during like miso production, combined with just like the slightly salty, like starchy, like roasty thing. It's interesting. It's not bad at all. It's just like, it's just different, I guess. Obviously, during a pandemic, we're not having people over spending the night and things like that too. So works great. It's double duty, you know. So the bed in there is out of commission. No vacancies until the pandemic is over.
Well, just before we move on, I want to make sure that everybody knows too, at home, you can ask any questions that you want on YouTube, Facebook while this is going live. We've got Mark, who I'm going to bring on for just a second. What's up, Mark? Mark is going to be on with the show as well, and he's going to be monitoring any of that. So at the end of the show, we'll bring Mark back on. And if you guys have any questions or anything for John or myself, go ahead. Feel free to ask. But before we move forward, dude, show me around your kitchen, dude, because we did this before, and you said that you've done some upgrades.
A little bit, yeah. So my table is a little bit of a mess right now, but I'll go over here. I'm in the process of like processing a bunch of cucumbers from the garden into like deli pickles.
Those are big boys.
Yeah, they're huge. So I like don't have enough jar space. So that's that. But yeah, this is my like little counter workspace, little butcher block top, little oven boy. And this is kind of like the pegboard. So I don't have, so just like a quick 360 of the kitchen, I guess, like other than the drying dishes, I don't have any cupboards or countertops in here. So other than this pantry, any storage space, like we have had to fabricate. So, I mean, the pegboard, obviously, endlessly versatile, combined with, you know, some shelving, big rondo, some stock pots, and then this guy is a lifesaver. So without that, I would rip all my hair out every time I tried to cook. Nowhere to put anything.
I gotta figure this place out.
Yeah. So, oh man, like I would kill just to have those like 2 cupboards above your stove.
Oh, these boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I keep all the spices.
Hell yeah.
And then right here is like dry pantry, and then this is dishware, and then above the refrigerator is different kinds of like cookware and stuff.
Yeah, so that's the other. I guess it's kitchen, right? So this cool like butler's pantry, coffee cups, mate cups, just fun, like, you know. But that's a lot of storage there too for most of our like everyday plates, and then the coffee station.
Dude, you've used the space in your apartment extremely well.
Thank you.
Like,
So
I'm going to show you a glimpse of this.
been a journey. Oh, nice.
That's just packed. All right, sweet. So, dude, I'm excited. Today, we talked a little bit when you were hooking me up with some bread, but what do you think you want to make for us today?
So, I was adjusting these like butane burners that I have a plancha on right now, so I don't have to disappear and go watch bread on the stove. So obviously, like crazy tomatoes coming out of the garden and stuff. I'm gonna make the like basically the turkey and the wolf tomato sandwich. So it's like incredibly simple, but there's just like layers and layers there. So if you're not familiar, Turkey and the Wolf, like New Orleans based sandwich shop. It's like what I guess like a hipster place would call chef driven, but yeah, that's the one. They don't flaunt it though. It's just delicious, goofy food.
Dude, that's the coolest thing about that place. So
it's like no ego attached.
The entire concept behind Turkey and the Wolf is, I mean, if you type in Google shitty overpriced sandwiches.com, it'll take you to Turkey and the Wolf's website.
Hell yeah.
That's not even good. Because they just do things that are like, this is going to be good. This is what we think we want to put together all together, and it's fucking delicious. They have a head cheese taco there.
Oof.
It's one of the best things I've ever had. Like one of the best things I've ever had.
That's nuts.
The sandwiches are incredible. They've got a salad there. It's like a
wedge.
Yeah, wedge salad.
Yeah.
It's like not your regular wedge salad. Like I'm a huge fan of these guys. They also have another restaurant called Molly's Rising Challenge, and everybody there is just putting out incredible food. So you're the first person to replicate Turkey and the Wolf Boy on here, so thank you.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's all the best things about summer, like veggies from the garden and like a little bit of toasted bread and just a couple other things that make those couple things taste better. So
You've got me thinking. So I walked into this kind of not knowing what I was going to make today. I know I have the chocoban.
mm-hmm.
I'm going to use that.
Cool.
You hooked me up with this delicious tomato.
Yep.
Probably use some of that. Probably use some of this basil. And then I also have the Anthony's pimento cheese. Don't know about that. That's brand new. We just started selling that at Eastern Market on Saturdays.
I'm going to pick some of that up this week.
Oh, yeah. It's really good, dude. So I might just do that. But you and I were talking about different ways to kind of like work with that around.
Yeah.
And if I kind of do like a grilled cheese, I could probably do that with the pimento cheese, but also adding like provolone.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe even like doing the outside, the exterior with butter, but then also with the pimento to give it kind of a crust.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try that out.
The cheese crisp outside. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, I have some Romano that I think I could probably try to do a crisp with. I'll figure that out. So I might make 2 sandwiches. I might make like a very fancy grilled cheese, like what we're talking about right now, and I also might just do a regular grilled cheese because why? Boy, oh boy, I got these cheesy wraps right here. You see, boys?
That's special.
Got these wrapped pieces of individual American cheese.
Those are gold bars.
USA Fresh right here. They developed this in a lab, brought it to my house. It doesn't expire until next year. What is it? I don't know.
It's perfect. It's perfect for the apocalypse, which we may be heading towards. That's the right thing to have around. So
yeah, American cheese. Do it.
All right.
Cool. So let's take a quick commercial break. Get some Cosmara clubs. Let's talk about it. See you in a second. Woo! Hey!
Love it.
Anthony's is brought to you by Cosmara Club. Inspired by the history and traditions of Italian Amaro, these Carlos Parisi recommended soft drinks that are balanced, buoyant, and food-friendly, highlighting the natural vibrancies of farm ingredients. And with currently 4 varieties available, you can find them all over the country today by checking out their website at CosmaraClub.com.
Awesome.
Cosmara Club is also a good friend of John and I. A guy named Jason, real nice guy. He's been on the podcast before.
I have a couple sodas in a cooler outside, and I just didn't grab them before the show. But I have this unsponsored soda. That's okay. You know, we can't show the name.
Hey, if they want to pay me money, I will show the name. 100%. I also drink that soda.
Or you can work on that, and I'll be back. I'll be back next time if they ever sponsor.
Side sponsor. Because I need it, because I love it, because also great friend of both of ours.
Yeah.
Our friends at Anthology Coffee. I don't know if you can see. Hang on. Let's see. There we go. Anthology Coffee.
Yeah.
Iced coffee right here.
Hell yeah.
By far, my favorite coffee, period. Incredible roast. The smell is incredible. It's chocolatey. On this one, it's chocolatey. It's a little savory, but also it's so complex. It's so heavy.
Yep. If you're a person that swears by cold brew, try their iced coffee. It's not cold brew. It's better.
It's better.
I mean, I love a good cold brew too, right? But this stuff.
Boom. Boom. So yeah, not a sponsor, but a sponsor because he's a good friend of ours, Josh, and his whole family. All right, sweet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss on the action cam. Yeah.
I'll take
that on mute. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, good deal. So we've got your action cam going. Dude, let's go for this. Let's do it. So go ahead and start off however you're going to start, and I'm going to get going too. First thing that I want to do is toss butter on these boys.
Yeah, I'm just going to begin here with some thick slices of bread. I'm making 2 sandwiches, by the way, because I'm not the only one eating. So,
Oh, yeah. One for you, one for Charlotte?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm going mega thick.
Damn. Yeah, that's where I'm at, too.
Yep.
I'm also heavy on this butter here. You know, I'm going to do 2 sandwiches, too. We're going to do like I said, one regular-ass grilled cheese and one fancy-ass grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Woo! So much butter, dude.
All right. A little butter for me, too.
It just looks like mayo that I'm spreading on here, but it's butter.
Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with that, even if it was.
The trick, so on the very first version of the podcast, I had Mighty on. You know Mighty, right?
Okay.
She was the very first person to tell me the trick of using mayonnaise instead of butter on the exterior of a grilled cheese.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's a mood thing for me, but I'm into it like 50% of the time, you know?
Ooh, 50%.
It depends on the cheese for me, I guess. Like, if I'm using just American cheese, sometimes the mayo is nice because it's got a little bit of acidity.
Yeah.
But, you know, like a sharper cheese, maybe I'll just go butter because it doesn't always need it.
Yeah.
Cool. So my bread is toasting. And I don't know how you do your grilled cheeses. Do you toast both sides of the bread?
No, I just toast the one side.
Okay. I almost always toast both sides of my bread for any sandwich. It's just like an extra crispy layer.
You know what? You're inspiring me. I think I'm going to do that today.
So it might change your life. It changed mine. But
all right, we're going to do that today then. We're going to toast both sides.
And while my bread toasts, I'm going to slice a few tomatoes.
Thank you for these tomatoes, by the way. They look gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Those Sun Golds, if you just pop one of those plain, it's like candy.
Talking about these boys right here.
Yep.
Whoa! That's nice.
It's sweet and it's tart and it's like loaded with umami.
That's really nice. Yeah, you're right. It's fairly savory. I like it a lot. But it's very sweet. Yeah. Damn, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. You're always putting me on stuff, dude.
Yeah, the Sun Gold is kind of like a not culty. It's like too good and like popular to be a culty tomato variety, but it's the best.
Culty tomatoes.
for lack of a better term, yeah, I did use that word.
These are just soaking in butter.
Oof.
I get the that big old log of Amish butter, and I get that fairly often.
That's a good move.
I mean, so what, right?
Yeah.
I got arteries. I'm gonna use them.
Why not?
I like to put my body to work.
Fair enough. So this bread here coming along nice. Look at that.
Dang, dude. You're just moving. You're moving fast.
I'll slow down. The bread has
no, slow down. I want to go faster.
I like to let my bread cool before I build a cold sandwich on it so it doesn't just like steam.
Smart idea.
So
how do you suggest I cut your tomato here? You want me to do it this way or should I do it this way?
I would go that way. I would go like parallel to like an equator.
Like this boy?
Other way.
Oh, other way? Yeah. That's what I was going to do initially.
Yeah.
So like basically chopping the top off here and then going for it?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so while you're doing that, my bread continues. Oh yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, dude.
for anyone watching, this is like the key. This is the part you can't like skip with tomatoes, like especially on a sandwich. So I just like hit them with a little salt while they're all laid out. Just a little salt, a little pepper.
Hold on, I'm gonna do that too.
And I'm throwing a little. Ooh,
yeah. Salt. With pepper.
Yeah. Some little flavor stuff here. Nice.
Ooh. Hell yeah. What if I did? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Hell yeah. Never mind. All right. So a little bit more salt. A little more pepper. Crack. Boom. Hell yeah. It's gonna be good. I got this fresh ass basil here. So we're gonna do like a tomato, basil, fancy grilled cheese with pimento, and then we're just gonna do USA Freedom, regular average Joe, America grilled cheese.
Freedom cheese, man.
Freedom cheese. Also, Bree from the collective at True North picked me up with a bunch of basil earlier this week, and I made a buttload of pesto.
Okay.
Here's my refrigerator pesto. I also have a bunch in the freezer, but
That looks so wicked.
dude, smell that. Can you smell that real quick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Smell that from over there, dude. For
Good
sure.
stuff.
I'm just gonna give myself a nice little dippy here. Jesus.
So I don't have pesto. The true like turkey and the wolf version of the sandwich, they put a nice like handful of dill on there.
Yeah.
I didn't grab dill. I didn't feel like just one herb was worth taking up space in a grocery store. So I have this fun like turmeric and Thai chili and dill like fermented little paste. I got this like at the beginning of quarantine from Ryan from Crime and Proper. He dropped that off. We traded for some uni. So that's going to go on there, a little bit of heat.
That would be nice. Dude, I'm fucking loving these tomatoes right now. I got them all soaking over here, getting ready. All right, so I've got one of these boys growing up real nice. We need cheese. We need cheese, dog. We need cheese. All right, so have you ever done that little like exterior crust with Romano instead of Parmesan?
No, but I don't really see any reason why it wouldn't work great.
Romano cheese. I think maybe I'm the fancy boy. Toasting up. I got this on a low. How do you usually do your heat for when you're toasting up bread and butter? You do fairly low, or do you do like a medium?
I feel like the proper heat for toasting bread for a sandwich, you should be able to listen to Stairway to Heaven through in its entirety before your bread is done. So if it takes less than like 7.5 minutes to toast both sides of your bread, your heat's too high.
Wow.
But that's just like a, guideline.
You're pretty good, man. You're pretty good.
But it depends on a lot of things, right? It's like the thickness of the bread. It's like how dark you like your toast. And at the end of the day, it's about what you like. So if you like a really dark and thin layer of toast, just blast it.
Wow. All right. So I just put one of those other pieces. I have one piece of bread that isn't fitting on my freaking flat top.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That is a bummer. I'll figure it out. We're that kind of show. We're the figure it out kind of show here.
That's right.
Nobody ever said that this is perfect. Nobody ever said that this is a good show either. Why do you do the show, Carlos? Because I like to have fun with my friends. That's why.
Yep. I'm killing my heat over here. My bread is basically there. So take it off, let it cool.
That's nice. Ooh, that's nice. A little salt on that one. The pepper.
It's looking good.
Eating a sliver of this tomato here.
Yeah, how was it?
It's very good.
A little pesto on there?
Yeah, tossing on some pesto right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Ooh!
Nothing like it. I think I picked that. I picked all these tomatoes like last night. Or maybe the day before. I don't know.
Well, I'm not used to doing this. My hands used to be so much better, but having worked in the kitchen less,
Yeah.
I use a spatula.
Mm.
Man. I like how I said I have to use a spatula. I haven't touched it yet. I've literally just been doing my hands. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I think we could probably go through a couple of Stairway to Heaven for these breads. I'm on a medium, it's like a 4.5er on my stove.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty low. So really, I just need the bread to be going before I can construct anything over here. Where are you at on yours? Your bread's done.
My bread's done. It's just cooling. I have it standing up like little tents so it doesn't steam and get soggy. But yeah, I'm in no rush here. So.
I think if you've ever watched a show before, you know that I usually try to go for a bike ride after the show because I eat fat. Like I eat big. I'm a big boy. And the only way that I can actually, I think, justify the fact that I eat so much is that I like to ride a bicycle. So I ride bikes with a couple of our friends, Josh of Anthology Coffee, Jason of Cosmara Club, and John of this show right here, right now.
That's right.
If you ever want to follow our adventures, we go under the name Handsome Boys, Handsome Boys Bicycle Club. Is it club?
It's crew.
Clue. Crew? Clue?
Yeah. Crew, I think.
Whatever. Handsome Boys. We're the Handsome
99% sure it's crew.
But here's the thing. You might say, oh, it's boys only. No. It's boys of all genders. Anybody that wants to ride with us can ride with us any Wednesday. Any Wednesday, come for a ride.
Yep. Usually roll somewhere in Southwest.
Get some tacos.
Yep.
So that's the thing is I eat the sandwich. We go get tacos. It's a lot.
It's a lot. But that's why you bike 30 miles in between.
Oh, yeah.
You know, 30 miles at like an 18-mile-an-hour pace. And it's good.
So we do. So if you're down for biking 30 miles every Wednesday night, do it. Oh, next Wednesday, here's a good thing for us to talk about. Detroit Prep. Incredible school here in Detroit. I think they've been doing a lot with their education programming, kind of building up a newer version of programming that's really been working fairly well for the area. And Josh's kids go to Detroit Prep. I know a few other people that have their kids in Detroit Prep as well. We are doing a fundraiser for them by biking a ton of miles. So both myself and John in our social media links have a link for you to donate. So if you'd like to donate after the show, I'm going to replace that link with this. I'm going to replace this link with that link, and then you can donate to our ride. But next Wednesday specifically, we're going to be doing a ride around the border of the city of Detroit. So it's going to be 80 miles.
Yeah, it's 81.9 or 82 or yeah, it's a big one.
It's a big one.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. So that means this show will not happen the way that it usually happens next week. Instead, Next week, I'm going to flip open the old camera on the phone, and then we're just going to stop and get a sandwich somewhere on the road. So we're going to try for 5 o'clock next week. Might not work, but we're going to be on the road from basically 2 p.m. until we're done.
You can always like keep the followers updated of like, okay, we're 45 minutes away from a spot we want to grab a sandwich. Tune in. It's gonna be 6:15 or whatever.
Yeah, which I don't think we have a destination yet, do we?
No. Is there somewhere that's on the border?
For those of you who know sandwiches, who watch this show, send us your recommendations. Somewhere along the border of the city of Detroit, if you happen to know the area, you know 8 Mile is a major part of that. If you have a good sandwich place, probably somewhere along 8 Mile, send it to us. All right, I got one of these boys toasted.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yes. I'm just going to lay that flat. Another one of these boys toasted. I'll lay this boy down. Oh, yeah. And then, I think I'm going to try to do this boy. Oh, you know what we said? We said we were going to try to do that pimento thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's try to do that. It's a pimento cheese on the outside of one of these. Because it's kind of like mayo-y. There's a good amount of spread on here. We just want to kind of create a crust on the exterior already existing buttery crust on this bread.
So speaking of mayo, while you do that, I'm just going to start building mine.
Ooh, did you hear that?
That sounded fantastic. So on my end, I just hit a little bit of Duke's on my bread.
Little Duke's? Hell yeah. So it's a real turkey in the little sandwich.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw down some of that nice spicy dill and turmeric paste on one of the pieces. I don't want to go too crazy because I still want to be able to taste all that tomato.
I don't know how this turned out. This is where we're at on it. It kind of turned out.
Oh, that looks good.
I think that's good. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, cool. So that'll be the exterior of one of the things. I got this other piece of bread loading up. All right, so in the meantime, let's do some Romano. Grate this boy. Take a little cheese boy here.
So the next step on my sandwich here, it's a generous layer of roasted sunflower seeds. So that mayo like really helps them stick.
Putting that bread right on that Romano right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? The word "ooh" is not used enough on this show, I think.
No. It's going to be like a Cheez-It crust.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, it's already getting there. I don't think I put enough Romano on, though. Here, you know what? Just let it go.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like your heat is low enough.
It is.
You're not going to burn it.
No, I won't, but I definitely want more. You can always put more.
Sure. Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm doing it. It's my show. I can do whatever I want, John.
I'm not even going to try to stop you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Man, the smells that I got going on right here, so good. right, this is good for that second toast. Ooh. Ooh. All right, we're going to let that boy finish up. Ooh, bring you back here high. I have so much to reach over here, yo. All right. Can you see the cutting board?
Yeah, I can.
All right, cool. So we have the exterior here. You know what I want to do? I want to wipe down this board a little bit because we got a lot of wet from the tomato here. Remove some of that wet on here. Also from the knife. All right, so we're going to start the construction process on one of them here. I want pimento cheese. Very, very thick layer of the pimento here.
Oh yeah, that looks nice.
Where are you at on yours?
I had just stacked my tomatoes on there, right on top of the sunflower seeds, and kind of the last thing is just like all of this basil.
Nice.
So this is this basil comes from my garden too. It like is just growing like crazy in between all of our tomato plants, and it smells so good right now. I wish you guys could smell.
Oh, I wish you could smell that. See this?
Ooh, that looks like the inside of a quesadilla. Like right before you close her up.
Put in some probies on this boy. Ah. What do you think? 2 slices or 3?
That's the provolone?
Yeah.
So you got American also going on that one?
I'm not doing American on this one. I'm going to do American on the old standard regular boy.
Why not go 3 then?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it. It's going to be a bonkers ass sandwich. And then we're going to toss on some tomatoes. Should I do the tomato? No. We want the tomatoes fresh.
I don't know. They might be good if they soften a little bit from that heat.
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe.
As well.
They're not going to be bad.
No, it's not going to be bad. All right, and then I'm going to use this as the inside, not the outside, because the outside is good. And then that is sandwich numero uno going up on there. Toss in the old water. Sear that boy up a bit. Now we got construction on the old standard, regular, everyday USA grade cheese. Also, I didn't use any QP.
Ooh, that's all right.
First episodes that I haven't used any mayo.
You know, you've got plenty of mayo in the pimento cheese. I think you're still in compliance here.
But is it enough?
I would say it's plenty considering it's griddled in it and used as a condiment. But, you know.
But is it enough?
I'm not going to tell you no.
All right. USA grade cheese. 3 slices. Boom. These cheeses scream freedom.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. Just 3 pieces of USA cheese going on there.
So while your sandwich melt and finish up, I'm just gonna do the last step for this guy here. And I thought I had lemons. I don't. So I'm just doing a little squeeze of lime over this whole thing.
Oh shit! I fucked up, John.
Oh no! What happened?
It didn't flip right.
Oh no!
I know. Oh no. Big old casualty here on Sandwich Shop.
Mm,
That's okay. They can't all be winners, right?
that's right.
Still gonna sear the boy. Still gonna cook up a bit. I fucked up. I'm sorry. Here's a tomato.
It's how we recover, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I didn't use any of the pesto, so
You
now
know,
it's just me.
maybe if there had been like a healthy dab of Kewpie inside there, it wouldn't have messed it up. That's probably not the case.
I'm sorry. Just gonna drown my sorrows in tomato and pesto.
That looks so great. It's like an oyster.
I know, right?
Just a pesto oyster.
Mm.
So I'm gonna slice my sandwiches here, and then I will bring in the action cam for the close up view.
I love the action camera.
It's nice.
Your video is so nice.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah? Show me.
Where are we here?
Damn.
That's it.
Damn, dude.
Great. I'm now that we got that close up, I'm gonna just cancel this camera angle.
Sick, dude. Holy shit. That's beautiful. Oh. Everybody say hi to the sandwich.
Yeah. So,
Here is this boy. I'm gonna wait to cut it actually. But it's
that looks fine.
yeah, I mean I recovered fairly.
Yeah. I wouldn't have known that flopped or anything.
It flopped. Oh, it flopped. It flopped good. And then we got number 2 over here. Almost getting there on the other one, but there we go.
Putting them on plates. And like I said, I'm in no rush here. I'm perfectly happy just staring at these at this point. So there it is. Final form.
Here's mine.
Hell yeah.
Wow, dude.
It's great.
Super melty ass cheese. Pimento.
Oh yeah.
The provolone in there. Unfortunately, it didn't melt up as much as I wanted to, but whatever.
Nothing wrong with it.
God damn, it's like great. All right, so we're gonna leave that one there, stacked like so.
That looks amazing. It's like gonna ooze out any second and just be real dirty.
Oh yeah, it definitely will ooze out at some point in time. As soon as I eat it, it's just gonna be. And then sandwich numero dos. Here we go. Good old USA cheese right here. Oh yeah, that's just a grilled cheese right there. That is a USA grilled American cheese.
It's the OG.
It's the OG. Not as much of a cheese bowl as I wanted. It's okay.
It's all right.
Sweet.
Let me know how that double toast is.
Yeah, I will. Well, let's. Are you done with your sandwich? Let's do the quick
done.
snack break because it's an Aunt Nee sponsor show as well. We got a few sponsors, one of which Aunt Nee's. You notice on the show we use the pimento cheese, brand new from the folks at Aunt Nee's. I did a collab with the folks over at Bees in Eastern Market. Chef Jen, who's working there right now. We thought it was a really cool idea to come up with something called Bees Knees Cheese. So we did Bees Knees Cheese. Here's the pimento. Maybe we'll come out with a queso dip or something next. But
Awesome.
For right now, you take the old Aunt Nee's chip bag, take some of this pimento cheese here. You can warm it up in the oven if you want. You can make grilled cheese from it, or
Sounds great.
Oh, it's so good. These chips, find them all over the state of Michigan. Kroger's got them. Whole Foods has got them. You go to a store, they got them right now. It's great. I'm very thankful for that. The salsa, you got it at a bunch of different stores right now too. You want it in a store near you, you call me. Call me. Go ahead. 313-506-9678. That's my number. Call me. Also, you can dial 877-AUNT-NEE because it's a much easier number to remember. Anyway, I love this job. We have here, welcome back to the show, my friend, chef, and confidant, John Yelinek. This man is incredible. Very proud to know you. Very proud to be your friend. But also,
Thank you, man.
I'm so happy that we get to eat food together all the time because we just talk funkiness and we get to make weird things. And today was no exception. Today we got to make a weird ass sandwich. So go ahead and walk us through what you made. Take a bite and tell us what you think.
Yeah. So, the old turkey and the wolf heirloom tomatoes from the garden, in between some nice thick slices of toasted shokupan, Japanese white bread, a little mayo, a little roasted and salted sunflower seeds, and then just a huge handful of basil from the garden came right with the tomatoes. So that's that. Yeah. And let's try it out. Yeah?
Yeah, dude, bite in.
All right. I'll just get up close one more time. Ooh, the layers. All right.
Nice bite. Yeah?
So good.
Talk to me about the toasted sesame seeds in there.
The sunflower seeds, yeah.
Sunflower seeds.
So, I mean, tomatoes are growing like crazy right now. Sunflowers growing like crazy right now, right? If it grows together, it goes together. It's good crunch. It's a good little salty bite. And it kind of insulates the bread, I guess, from the juice of the tomatoes. So it just tastes delicious.
So it doesn't add too much to the flavor, except for a little bit more of a saltiness.
You can taste it, but it's like a milder nuttiness of peanuts, right? It's kind of earthy, but it just blends in really well,
All right, I'm stoked to try mine, dude. I mean, it's staring at me. It's barking at me right now. All right, so on here, this is the fancy grilled cheese right here. We've got the Japanese shokupan as well, the white bread, from John. Also, I have from John as well, from his garden, the tomato and the basil. On top of that, we've got the Aunt Nee's pimento cheese. We've got some provolone, toasted both sides. One of the top sides here has the pimento cheese toasted into it. The other side has the Romano cheese toasted into it as well. So we're gonna take a bite. Cheers to you. Cheers to everyone at home. Wow, dude. You were right. You were right. Everything that you said was right. The double crunch on the inside, outside of the bread. Tomato and basil go really well together. Provolone adds a little bit more solidity behind it.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Salt and pepper your tomatoes for sure before they put on. The little bit of nuttiness that I'm getting from the Romano in here is really nice too.
A little sharpness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Almost creating like a similarity to a pesto because of the basil.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
This is really good. This is really good. On top of that, sandwich number 2. USA grade right here. Fresh, American, real deal, grilled cheese. Let me take the last bite of this one. You look at the difference between these two. One's decadent, one's not. Let's try this OG out right here. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong, dude. I love American cheese because it's almost a creamier texture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how scientists did it, but they did it.
Sodium citrate.
Okay.
It just keeps the protein from separating from the fat.
This right here. This is what I always loved about grilled cheese, when you can just peel off the butter layer right here.
Next time we have sandwiches and tomatoes, tomato soup.
I need a good tomato soup recipe.
You have a Vitamix now.
I have a Vitamix.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Go for it.
Just dump a whole can of whole peeled tomatoes in the Vitamix. A clove of garlic, like half of a small onion, a little salt and pepper, and like a pinch of like dried oregano, and like maybe a tablespoon of butter, or if you don't want to use the butter, you can throw olive oil in at the very end, and just blend it up for like 4 minutes on high. And the heat generated from the friction of the blades will literally boil the soup.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, you're not like sweating the onions and the garlic and reducing the tomatoes and then blending or anything, but it's fresher and faster and 1,000 times easier, especially on a hot day.
It kind of reminds me of a sopa de fideo. Sopa de fideo is a traditional, like in Mexican homes, every single home has a version of the sopa de fideo. What you do in the blender, you just do fresh tomatoes, onion, garlic. Instead of the oregano, it'd be cilantro.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people add other vegetables into it if they want. But you blend that in, and then you do vermicelli noodles.
Okay.
These boys right here. Toast those up in a pan with some either butter or olive oil. And then you put those toasted inside of your soup while it's kind of warming up in the pan, the sauce pan. And it's just, that's the flavor of home. Literally, the other day, one of my like oldest friends, And his mom and my mom have been friends since we were babies. We're all Mexican. Him and his sister came over here for his birthday. And I was like, how about I make you guys some sopa de fideo? And they lit up, dude. They were like, wow, like, this is something that we haven't had since Mexico. Like, so
That's awesome.
It's a flavor of home. So if I can do that in the Vitamix, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, dude. Takes 30 seconds to throw together. A couple minutes of blender noise. That's it.
I do a smoothie every morning. I wonder if my neighbor hates me. I hope not.
If your neighbor hates you, it's because they're jealous that they don't have a Vitamix.
John, this wasn't the fastest grilled cheese that I made, but it's definitely one of the best grilled cheeses I've ever made.
But you got two.
I
Two
got
out of
two. Hell yeah. So let's talk about, real quick for the folks at home, how can we find out about you? How can we find out about the stuff that you got going on?
Easiest way, other than walking into the restaurant, because we're closed. My pop-up that I run with my partner Sean is pariah.dining. Follow us on Instagram. That's pretty much the fastest way to find out news these days about anything I'm doing with that. And then just random weird stuff that I'm fermenting and growing or lighting on fire to use for food. Sometimes post about it on just all one word. Court Deli is my personal just Instagram. So I share some of that stuff there. But yeah, otherwise ride bikes with us and you'll hear about fun stuff we're doing.
Yeah, come up on a Wednesday. Anybody that wants to ride, come on, let's ride. Handsome Boys BC, I believe it is.
Yep.
But yeah, real quick, let's bring Mark back on, see if we had any questions or anything like that. Mark, what's up, dude? How you doing?
Good. I learned a few things today, so I'm always grateful for that. We had a few lurkers today, but no one was super vocal. So just a few people tuning in, watching, lurking, creeping. I think it's kind of weird to just watch. You at least comment and like the video. It's just common courtesy, but it's fine.
They're fine. They can lurk all they want. Half of the internet is lurkers anyway, if not more than that. I think 90% of the internet is lurkers.
I think so. Yeah, I follow that category from time to time myself, so I don't really. I can't really judge, but in this case,
maybe they were just inspired and tuned in for a second and then went and made a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm going to make one after this. I know that for sure. I'm going to grill both sides of the bread. I've never done that. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
See, that's the hope, dude. That's the hope with this show, is that I want everybody to feel hungry. I want everybody to walk away knowing something or learning something from this show. I learn something, and I do this show every week, and I learn every week. I get a chance to do something fun with my friend because I like making food. Today I did a simple sandwich that I do all the time, and I also did a completely different version of that sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never done before. So, hell yeah, I love this show. Mark, thanks a lot for everything. I love you, dude.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Okay.
Cool. So let me just run through the old credits real quick, just to make sure everybody knows. The song Bushwick Tarantella is our intro music. Lobby Time is our ad read music, and they are both by Kevin MacLeod. I want to thank Planet Ant for always putting us on. I want to thank everybody at home for tuning in. I want to thank Parker Hammond, our producer on the videocast. Zach Bridges, the producer on the audio show. I want to thank my mailman, Carl Malone. The mustard valet, as always, Michael Zuber. And, of course, my chief, Miles O'Brien. But on top of that, John, thank you so much.
Of course.
For everything.
Always down.
Always hooking it up, dude. Always inspiring me to do something next level. And then just always being another bunch of notches on top of that, too.
It's fun for me, too.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Always happy to be that little bit of resource for anybody.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, and you're good at it too. You're very good at it. If I ever have a question on anything cooking wise, you've got the answer.
Appreciate that. I try.
For everybody at home, I hope you guys got hungry. Tune in next week to see what the hell happens. Happy sandwich.